Hello and welcome to the LGBTQ review, where we look at LGBTQIA+ content. This week we are looking at beginners.
Arthur, you're coming to live with me now, okay? That's the bathroom. This is the living room. This is the dining room where people come and eat sometimes. Look, it's lonely out here, so you better learn how to talk with me. This is 2003. This is what the sun looks like, and the stars. This is the president. And this is the sun in 1955, and the stars, and the president. My parents got married in 1955. They had a child, and they stayed married for 44 years until my mother died. 6 months later, my father told me he was gay.
I'm gay.
I remember him wearing a purple sweater when he told me this, but actually he wore a robe.
I'm gay.
He was gay the whole time they were married. Oliver, I just met a girl. You point, I'll drive. This way.
Beginners is the 2010 American romantic comedy drama? Question mark? I imagine we'll come back to that. Written and directed by Mike Mills. Mike Mills is an American director of film and music video. He also directed 20th Century Women, which I love. It's the best. It's got Annette Bening and Greta Gerwig, and it's great. Beginners follows Oliver, a man played by Ewan McGregor, who's reflecting on the life and death of his father, played by everybody's favourite Nazi flag terror, Christopher Plumber, who came out when he was 75, 5 years before he dies. He's also trying to, what's a good word for this? What do normal people do? I don't understand this bit. He's trying to form some kind of attachment to a woman. It's beyond my understanding. Who also has her own problems all the time, looking after a dog who doesn't speak to him but does have subtitles, who was his father's dog. The film is based on the true life events of Mike Mills' father coming out when he was 75, 5 years before he dies.
Hello?
Oliver?
Yeah.
They had some wonderfully loud music in the club tonight. What kind of music's that?
Probably house music.
House music. Okay. House music.
So much dog in this film. There's one scene, right? Them in the skating place, and they have their dog with them. And then the lady comes over and says, "Can you leave because you've got a dog?" And they act like it's outrageous that they've been asked to leave. Just normal. It's just a normal thing. Just leave. Don't bring your dog into this place. That's my main gripe.
I guess, but it's like a bar bit that they're in, and you are allowed to bring dogs into bars and pubs.
Is it the
It's
same?
like a warehouse, so it's like a warehouse bar bit, and they must have been there for ages. Like the dog must have been there when they were roller skating, because they weren't roller skating with the dog. So what the woman was like, saw the dog on its own and was like, well, that's fine, but it can't enjoy time with its friends. So the dog is great, very good dog acting. He has his own subtitles, which is nice.
Yeah, he keeps asking if they're going to get married yet.
It premiered at the 2010 Toronto Film Festival, and Christopher Plummer received numerous accolades for his performance, including the 2011 Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
He's the oldest person to be nominated for acting for an Oscar. I always get really distracted by Ewan McGregor doing like an American accent because I don't think it's good.
I don't think it was very good. It was distracting. I don't think he's very good at being like still normal characters.
When he's doing an American accent, it always seems like he's like doing like a parody. And there's like some characters I think, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like there's a character he does in The Man Who Stare at Goats, lambasting that kind of character, and it makes sense. In this, it just seems really weird to cast him.
He does look a bit like old Christopher Plummer could be his dad, though. He's at least got that going for him.
It's just really weird next to Christopher Plummer, who's doing like some really good acting. Speaking of accents, the person who plays Anna, do you know how you pronounce her name? I want to say Melanie Laurent. I hope that's right. It's French. She was cast, and then the director was like, "Can you not do a French accent?" And she's like, "No." So they just made her French. Ridiculous. If the character like wasn't French during the auditions, you would think they go, "Okay, cool, and we just need you to do not a French accent now." But apart from those weird things, yeah, it's very good. I like the cast.
What did the mother die of, did they say?
I think they only said that she died and then he came out after she died. I think that was it, really.
It would have been a more interesting film with her in it as well, I think. I know she's in it in the flashbacks, but they're only really to show that she's a bit unstable, but in a fun way.
Driving cars and such. I didn't really get anything from those bits. Like, I thought they were going to go somewhere but there'll be a thing that happened or something. Just to say that how he, at the age of 13, knows that he's gay, but for persecution and the fact that he would be called insane, doesn't act on these things, and then marries. There's like a scene and he's explaining the conversation Hal had with Georgia, which is a bit odd. In the film, it's set up like a nice thing, but it's not a nice thing.
I feel like they made the film and they treated her so badly, the character so badly, that then they had to put in a like caveat for it, and then that scene is the caveat. Like, well, she said she'd fix me. Like, okay, well, I guess it's okay that you treated her absolutely appallingly.
Yeah, her treatment by the filmmakers is just odd. I'm like, what's going on? I don't quite get what this is supposed to be.
It's really hard because he could be like, yeah, I murdered her, and you'd still be like, well, it's Christopher Plumber, so I do have some kind of like, I get it. I think this is a nice story, but I'll have to protect everybody's names. So, buckle up. When one of our friends came out, I had already come out, but I think it was easier because everybody else was a boy in the friendship group. So, what year was it? 2012 or 11. So for like teenage boys, it was probably easier to be like, Beth likes girls. I understand that because I also like girls. And then one of our other friends came out, and I was a bit worried about some of the other people in the friendship group and how they would react to that. But one of them was there when he came out, and he was just like, looked very confused and conflicted, and then was like, you have to come back to my house, I have a film to show you. And then just in the middle of the night, we all had to go to his house and watch Beginners, which is such a kind and sweet thing to do. Unfortunately, the guy that came out was so drunk that he had to keep running out to vomit. But, you know, it was a lovely idea.
This is like a lovely midnight film to watch, I think. It's like very just like gentle. Like thinking about the music as well. It's very gentle.
A lot of people didn't like it because it was billed as a comedy, and then it was incredibly sad.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the comedy moments. I guess
the dog, I guess.
Sure.
It's supposed to feel like.
The subtitles. If you really like reading subtitles, you're in for a treat.
Well, they're short and punchy as well because it's a dog.
I guess like the meet cute, that's kind of endearing a bit. If you like it, you would like really like it. And if you're like, ugh, if you've grown it would be just like insufferable, I think.
That seems like a very late teenager thing to do. And these people are like 37.
Yeah. The stuff with like spray painting stuff, like the slogans and stuff, seems like a weird thing to do at 40.
I don't think that's a weird thing to do at all.
No?
In the film, they say they're doing it to feel a part of something bigger than themselves.
Oh, sorry, right.
But also, that's like the best kind of midlife crisis.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I read that Christopher Plumber was attracted to the part because the character had like no self-pity. And he really liked that about the character even, which is an interesting thing. I can see that in his portrayal. It was good. As everyone agreed, because he won an Oscar.
I mean, he's a straight white man playing a gay man, so he's going to win an Oscar, isn't he? You know, when he's at the party and he's like, how do you know I'm not happy? How do you know I'm sad? He must know how sad he is. I don't think you could be that sad and think, well, I'm projecting happy. They do drink driving. That's not cool.
Oh, yeah, of course. What are they drinking? Is it like strong?
I don't know.
It's like strong vodka. It's like you go straight for a bottle and like there's a whole glass of it. It's not like a mixer.
Should you be drinking when you've got laryngitis? I don't know.
I thought that when they were kissing. I was like, should you be kissing with laryngitis?
I thought that too, but maybe it's something to do with your vocal cords, and then that's why she can't speak. Like, not like tonsillitis.
Do you think that character's written well?
I mean, it's not great. You think when she's introduced and she can't speak that it's going to be terrible, and then it seems like it's okay. And at the end, she does have a go at him, which is justified. But I don't know, she's just sort of waiting for him to get it together.
She's like there. She like inexplicably falls for this sad guy with a dog at a party, but her like role in the film is to like make him feel better or have like a reason to be doing anything.
No, most of the time he's trying to make her feel better.
Yeah. It's hard to talk about just a sad film. It's just like consistently good, but a bit sad.
It's like low level sad as well, because you're not crying. I will rate it 3.9. Hello, Hal.
I will rate it 3.6. 2 eyes and a bit of paper.
You have been watching the LGBTQ review. We've been James and Beth. I don't think I said that at the beginning because I never do. We're James and Beth. If you have any suggestions for films you think that we should review, please leave it in the comments below. And like if you like this, and subscribe if you want to get more of these videos.